Hey, you. Ever, ever have that moment? You're staring at textbooks, but your mind's calculating how long that last bit of cash will stretch.
Ah, yeah. That's pretty much university life in a nutshell, isn't it? That financial tightrope.
Totally. But what if there were, practical ways to add a bit of a safety net without sacrificing your actual studies, I mean?
Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today. We've been looking at this resource, Estrategias para generar ingresos durante la etapa universitaria. Basically, practical strategies for students to earn money.
Right. And our mission today is to pull out the really actionable stuff, the interesting ways you might be able to make some income while you're still a student.
Exactly. Not just a list, but how these things actually work in practice.
Okay, so first off, the source acknowledges it's tough out there financially for a lot of students. It's not just pocket money, it's necessary sometimes.
Definitely. It's a real pressure.
So thinking about earning money, where are the most obvious places students are looking now?
One huge area, and it keeps growing, is online freelance work, digital services. The barrier to entry is, well, relatively low compared to other things.
Okay, freelance. And the source gives examples, right? Schools that are actually in demand.
Yeah, loads. Things like writing, maybe blog posts, web copy, even editing papers. Graphic design is another big one. Logos, social media stuff.
Programming, translation, I saw those mentioned too. Digital marketing even, basically helping people or businesses online.
Exactly. And the source specifically names some platforms where you can find this work. Fiverr, Workana, Upwork, Freelancer. These are marketplaces, essentially.
Gotcha. So you create a profile, showcase what you can do.
Precisely. But it's not just signing up. You got to build that profile, manage expectations, be professional. It's like a digital shop window for your skills.
Right. And the big plus, which the source highlights, is the flexibility, yeah.
Huge plus. You can often set your own hours, more or less. Work around lectures, exams.
And you're potentially getting real-world experience in your field before graduating. That seems like a massive advantage later on.
Absolutely. It really can be. Now, switching gears slightly, there's another angle. Starting your own small thing, right there on campus.
Ah, the university entrepreneur. Okay, what kind of stuff are we talking about here within the university context?
Well, think about what students need or want. The source gives some grounded examples, someone making, I don't know, artisanal jewelry or crafts.
Or food. There's always someone selling baked goods or something.
Exactly. Food's a classic. Or services, like printing assignments cheap, or maybe proofreading essays, even organizing small events.
Yeah, I remember that person selling amazing brownies outside the library. It really shows how a simple idea can work. But what are the catches? It can't be that easy, surely.
Good point. It seems simple, but you've still got challenges. University rules, maybe finding suppliers, definitely managing your time alongside coursework.
And building up customers. Trust.
Yeah, all that. It takes real effort. But as the source points out, you learn so much beyond just making money. Problem solving, marketing basics, managing finances. It's like a mini MBA.
Okay, so we've got freelancing online and starting a campus business.
Yeah.
What else does the source suggest?
Another really logical one, using what you're already doing at uni, is tutoring, private teaching.
Makes sense. If you're acing a subject.
Why not help someone else who's struggling with it? The source mentions tutoring students in lower years or even kids in local schools.
So what makes a good tutor? Just knowing the subject isn't enough, right?
Definitely not. You need patience. You need to communicate clearly, break things down, be reliable, organized.
Uh-huh.
And interestingly, the source notes that teaching something actually helps you understand it better. It reinforces your own learning.
Oh, that's a cool side benefit.
Yeah. And again, there are platforms to help find students. SuperProf, test classes are mentioned. They can broaden your reach beyond just word of mouth.
Okay. Now, this next one sounds potentially really good for the CV. Getting involved in institutional projects, paid roles within the university itself.
Exactly. Lots of universities have these opportunities. Assisting professors with research, for example. Or being a class monitor, a teaching assistant maybe, working in academic support centers.
So these aren't just random jobs. They could actually tie into your degree or career path.
That's the key benefit highlighted. They often give you direct experience in your field. Participating in research, say, looks great on applications later. It shows initiative.
Yeah, it shows you're more engaged than just attending lectures.
Exactly. You're contributing. Okay, shifting back to the digital side again, there's content creation, social media.
Becoming a YouTuber or a blogger, turning a passion into potentially income.
Pretty much. The digital economy lets you monetize all sorts of content, educational stuff, art, entertainment.
Videos, podcasts, blogs,
Hmm.
the usual suspects, using platforms like YouTube, Instagram, maybe TikTok.
Right, all those. But the source adds a note of caution here. It's not usually quick money.
No, I bet not. Takes time, right? Consistency.
Absolutely. Building an audience requires consistent effort, good quality content, and you need a strategy. How will you actually make money? Ads, sponsorships, selling something.
So it's more of a long game.
Definitely a marathon, not a sprint. But the growth potential, if you stick with it, can be pretty significant.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of different avenues. The source also kind of lays out some timelines, some goals.
Yeah, it breaks it down nicely. Short-term goals, think the first 3 to 6 months. And medium-term, looking ahead, 6 to 12 months.
So what's the focus initially? Short term.
First step, figure out what skills you actually have that someone might pay for. Then, just try and get that first paid gig, even if it's small. The goal is just to start generating some kind of regular supplementary income each month.
Okay, practical first steps. Identify, then act. What about the medium term then? 6 months or more down the line.
The focus shifts a bit. It's about building more stability, trying to get a more reliable income stream going. Also, developing good habits, like saving a set percentage each month.
Financial discipline.
Exactly. And importantly, consciously thinking about how this work fits into your professional profile. Updating your CV, building a portfolio, being able to talk about the experience. It's not just about the cash, it's career development too.
Right, linking it all together. Building momentum.
Yeah.
Okay, so wrapping this deep dive up, what are the main takeaways for a student listening to this?
I think the biggest message is it's possible. Generating income while you study is definitely achievable, and it's really valuable. You build skills, gain independence, and it genuinely helps your future job prospects.
And there are lots of different ways to do it, as we've seen.
Loads of options. The source makes that clear. You can find something that fits your interests, your skills, your schedule, freelancing, starting a small business, tutoring, unijobs, content creation. There's likely a path that works.
But the key seems to be starting smart, right? Being realistic.
Yeah, be proactive but also responsible. Manage your time carefully. Don't let it swamp your studies. Find that balance where earning money actually complements your education.
That's the sweet spot. Integrate it thoughtfully.
Exactly.
So as you're sitting there, maybe thinking about your own budget, just consider, what's one skill you already have? Could someone use that? And which of these ideas we talked about kind of spark something for you? What's one tiny step you could take, maybe just this week, to look into it more?
Those are the questions to ponder. Thanks for joining us for this look into earning money during university. Hope it gave you some solid ideas.